Let's try that whole thing again. I was saying the peaks are in. How you guys liking Total Recall?
Grab your mic.
As soon as I eat something, I'll figure out some of this. All right. I think we're golden. Hi, guys. Total Recall is what the plan I'm doing and a lot of people are doing. We had a great check-in a couple weeks back. We'll probably do another check-in here in another 2 weeks. Any suggestions on how to get my bench from 230 or 330? 330 to 375. Yeah, I would just easy. Do power bodybuilding 9 weeks, and I'll guarantee. Yeah, you'll put on a 375, 385. Probably look even better than the 330. Yeah, just start power bodybuilding. What is happening, guys? Power bodybuilding.
Are you
It
nutty?
is. Am I nutty? I like to think I'm nutty.
You're pretty nutty.
I am pretty nutty. Kink, kink.
Catching you and Bobby at gold.
Is Bobby another way to say?
All right.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Big
My
fan.
bad.
Taiwan.
In the house. I love it. Toronto. Thank you. Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, start power bodybuilding and then incorporate in there some check-ins with me. That way we can also implement in some floor press, some board press, some negative action, some forced reps, some partials, some explosion work. Let's bring in some bands. Yeah, that's just me in 2 seconds naming 6 different things for us to work on that strength and explosion. And I think on this next power bodybuilding, when I get done with these reps from Total Recall, I'm really, and this is what's so great about having the moments where you got to change the thing, you change your program, right? And if you just go off of how you feel, I would have been off Total Recall 2 weeks ago. But it's not how I feel at the moment when you're going through it. It's you made the plan, you said you're set up to do something, finish it, make that goal, get the final date, and then at that point choose the next process. I think that's one of the things that I loved about watching, and I didn't appreciate him when he was alive, Kobe Bryant, but watching a lot of his old material talking is just it's so simple, and that's what really gets you guys there. It's doing the simple stuff. So, well, hey, I'm not getting ready for a bodybuilding show, so why can't I just switch off this program and go to another program? Well, when I start flip-flopping like that, when I made a decision on doing something for 12 weeks, that's when I start negotiating with myself, and you can't do that. You got to stay on the plan that you set yourself up for. Like right now, Anita's on here. Now, Anita is a world champion in strong women. And when she has a show to get ready for, a meet to get ready for, a tournament to get ready for, she's set. She doesn't go, well, I already kind of won stuff. And maybe what I'll do is I'll just stop now and start getting ready for Christmas, which would be me. But she goes, no, I made the commitment to myself, and that's the most important person to make it with. And then so you stay on it and get ready for that tournament, the meet. So I just say for anybody else that's out there that's going, man, this program's getting tough. I also, I'm dieting, so I'd rather start to go into a surplus again. I want to do this kind of stuff. Stay on the plan that you chose for the amount of time that the plan is set up for. Then see what you discover at the end of it. Okay. Hey, Arizona. I'm going to be down in Arizona in November doing a lecture. So I'll see you there, superstar. Yeah, this one's easy. Everybody can tell him what is the best exercise for legs. Anybody? Jeffrey, what's the best leg exercise in the world?
Come on.
Exactly.
Come on.
That you don't need to ask. You do know that one.
You know it. It's the one you're not doing.
What else we got? Go with it.
Do you always count your calories?
Yes. Every day of every meal of every second, 100%. Yes, I'm around Superstar. And then this kind of just reminds me right now is that you guys get to talk to me over in the Titan crew. These peaks are over there talking to everybody and getting everybody on the right track. And mostly when they're on the plan, if they run into a hiccup or something's not working for them, then we try to figure out what's going on to make sure that we correct it so they continue forward. Okay. So I'm not going to sit here all day today. We got a lot to get ready for. We got the Olympia this weekend. I'll be at booth number 732. I hope you guys come on out and hang out. This is the Titan crew right here. And again, the one thing that we are on is the Total Recall plan. It's the newest plan, and it is a savage of a plan. So jump on over there if you want to get going on that. And the calories are, for me, in a deficit. So we are slicing and dicing. So main thing, get the rep range going to where it needs to be. Training up to a... You see any questions real quick?
Yeah, there's a couple. How many times a week do you train legs?
It's whatever the plan calls for it. That's what, Power Body Moon is great because that's a couple times. Other plans, you split them up, quads and hams. So, yeah, it depends on the plan that you're on. And that's the one thing. I think I got to do a lecture this weekend to the most savage humans walking the planet. It was a Navy SEAL veterans organization, I guess you would say. And so I was talking to all these Navy SEALs, and there's nobody, not just badasses in the sense of physically, but more so that they can put themselves in that position and then mentally be calm enough to make the right decisions. And that was an eye-opener for me because I was thinking, all they have to do is get through this cold water and sit-ups and running and this and this. Not all it is. It's something I can't do. But it wasn't so much about that. It was how much they can break you down and then you make correct decisions mentally. And I thought that was a second level, which I didn't give it much thought because I'm in no world going to be a Navy SEAL. But it's cool to know that there's guys and girls out, or guys, sorry about that, just guys out there that are absolute savages to that, to do the Navy SEALs and out there protecting us and doing what they do. So props to you guys. But again, going back to the position of being on the plan, training to that level, do what you do. My recovery sucks. 47. 12 sets a day wrecks me. You need tips? Doesn't matter that you train for decades. I hope everybody understands that. I don't care if you tell me you train for 10, 20, 30 years. You haven't trained in this age bracket for 15 years, right? So you're always in a new age bracket. You're getting older. You're doing your things. And then you got wear and tear of mileage that you've had. So at this stage, 12 sets a day, it wrecks you. You got to find out a way to work around that to where you're getting enough work in where you're still getting better and minimize the mileage and damage that it's causing. And at 47, you're still a pup, so you should be recovering well enough.
That's a good way to put it. You have age brackets. You
Yeah.
trained in your 40s for 7 years.
Yeah, that's...
Good,
you're late 40s now, and you've only been there a couple of years. So it's like a whole new world, So, and then you got to figure this out soon. The one thing I wouldn't do is I wouldn't just do, again, you're asking the wrong question. 12 sets is too much. What do you talk about? There's plethora of stuff that you should be doing already to mark off. Well, I can't do sleep. I'm already maxed out my sleep on how well I'm doing it. It's the intensity of the training. I've toned it down a little bit, but maybe went heavier and longer. So start marking these things off. You got to start making notes of this because you're 47. What I don't want to hear when you hit 55 is the same kind of thing. You got to master this now at this stage, because 55 is going to be harder than 47. And that's for everybody here. There's 20-year-olds here. Great. You're training like a beast. But can you keep that up? And will you be ahead of the game when you're 30? So that's my 2 cents on that one. What do you got?
Kind of the same, but about nutrition now. Has your diet changed at the age that you are at now compared to what you used to eat when you were younger?
Yeah, it has. It hasn't in the off season, but it has when I get ready for a project, because I've had this muscle for so long, and the project may choose for something visually different, and so I can do that. So, but to answer this in a roundabout way that it will help everybody, you got to get smarter with the nutrition as you get older, and you got to keep testing yourself. You know how everybody goes, my calorie intake is, let's just take an even number, 2,000. So if I go 1,800, I'm good, and I'll just stay there all year. That's not how it works. It's just like weightlifting. Unless you are taking those weights up and trying to get stronger and stronger and stronger, you're deteriorating away. And I know that sucks to hear, but I'm getting older, so I shouldn't lift as heavy. I shouldn't do as much. That's the wrong approach. Anita, who we just talked about earlier, trains at a level right now, and she's hitting numbers right now that I don't think, I may stand corrected, but I don't think she's hit some of these numbers that she's moving ever before. And she's doing it at a stage, and Anita is my age, I would say, even though she looks 20 years younger than me, but she's right around my age and still breaking records and setting stuff. So again, that's the right approach. And nutrition, unfortunately, is the same way. As you get older, your body wants to react differently to carbohydrates. It wants to act and respond differently to that. And that's us getting older. And it's you forcing your body to still use carbohydrates in the right way and still use the protein in the right way and take in those fats. So for me, I think I do more projects now and shoots now compared to when I was a competitive bodybuilder. And so why is that different? Well, because when I was a young 20-year-old, I just had to be somewhat jacked, and I could be off season most of the year. And now I can't be off season most of the year. And so it's this hurry up, get ready. Okay, now you get a little time off, and then you got to get ready again. And then you got to, so there's a lot of playing around, which again, at the end of the day, isn't the best thing for me. But, it's a give and take. It's a give and take. You got to love what you're doing. So be smart with your nutrition. Be very, very smart with your nutrition and stay on your plans. That's it. We out. Thanks, guys. I will see everybody. Let's plan for late next week for a Titan check-in, okay? I'll put up a post. This will not be that post. This is just checking in with you guys, making sure that you're on the plan. And there's a sheesh load of people on here, but need to keep this short. It's Monday. We got work to do. Thanks for hanging out.